Cuba, officially known as the Republic of Cuba, is the largest island in the Caribbean, located where the Gulf of Mexico, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Caribbean Sea meet. Known for its colorful colonial cities, vintage cars, Afro-Caribbean culture, and revolutionary history, Cuba has long fascinated travelers, historians, and political thinkers alike. Geography and climate. Cuba is an archipelago composed of the main island of Cuba, the Isla de la Juventud, Isle of Youth, and over 4,000 smaller islands and cays. It covers an area of about 109,884 square kilometers, 42,426 square miles. The country lies roughly 145 kilometers, 90 miles, south of Florida, separated by the Straits of Florida. Cuba has a tropical climate with two main seasons: the dry season, November to April, and the rainy season, May to October. The landscape is diverse, featuring mountain ranges like the Sierra Maestra in the southeast, flat plains ideal for agriculture, and more than 5,000 kilometers of coastline with white sand beaches and coral reefs. Historical background. Cuba's history is rich and complex. It was inhabited by indigenous Taino and Siboney peoples before Christopher Columbus arrived in 1492. The Spanish colonized the island soon after, making it a key outpost in the Spanish Empire for more than 400 years. During this time, large numbers of African slaves were brought to the island to work on sugar plantations, a legacy that has had a profound impact on Cuban culture. Cuba gained independence from Spain in 1898 after the Spanish-American War, but the United States exerted heavy influence over its political and economic systems throughout the early 20th century. In 1959, the revolutionary movement led by Fidel Castro, Che Guevara, and others overthrew dictator Fulgencio Batista. This revolution established Cuba as a socialist state aligned with the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Government and politics. Cuba is a one-party socialist republic. The Communist Party of Cuba is the only legal political party, and it controls the government. After Fidel Castro stepped down in 2008, his brother Raúl Castro assumed leadership. More recently, Miguel Díaz-Canel became the country's president, symbolizing a generational shift in leadership. Despite being criticized for human rights violations and limited freedoms, Cuba also receives praise for its strong public services, particularly in healthcare and education. Economy. Cuba has a mixed economy with state control over most sectors. Traditionally, sugar, tobacco, and coffee were the backbone of its exports. Today, tourism plays a major role, alongside medical services, pharmaceuticals, and nickel mining. The economy has long been affected by the U.S. trade embargo, which was first imposed in 1960. While some restrictions were eased during the Obama administration, they were tightened again under President Trump and remain largely in place. In recent years, Cuba has slowly opened up parts of its economy to private enterprise and foreign investment, though reforms remain cautious and controlled. Culture and society. Cuban culture is a vibrant fusion of Spanish, African, and Caribbean influences. Music and dance are central to Cuban identity. Iconic genres like son cubano, salsa, rumba, and reggaeton resonate across the island. Musicians like Buena Vista Social Club, Celia Cruz, and Ibrahim Ferrer have introduced Cuban rhythms to the world. Cuban art, literature, and cinema are also prominent. Writers like José Martí, a national hero, and painters such as Wilfredo Lam have made lasting contributions to the global cultural landscape. Family is central to Cuban society, and communities are tightly knit. Despite material hardships, many Cubans are known for their resilience, creativity, and warm hospitality. Education and healthcare. Cuba is renowned for its strong public education system. Literacy rates are nearly 100%, and education is free from primary school through university. The country also invests heavily in healthcare, offering free medical services to its citizens. Cuban doctors are widely respected, and the government sends medical brigades abroad during health crises. Tourism and attractions. Tourism is vital to the Cuban economy. Visitors flock to Havana, the capital, with its historic old town, classic 1950s American cars, and vibrant street life. Varadero, Trinidad, Cienfuegos, and Santiago de Cuba are also popular for their beaches, colonial architecture, and cultural richness. Natural attractions include Vinales Valley, known for its tobacco farms and limestone cliffs, and Baracoa, the oldest Spanish settlement in Cuba. Conclusion. Cuba is a country of contradictions and beauty, a place where history, politics, and culture intersect in unique and powerful ways. From its revolutionary past and resilient people to its music-filled streets and sun-soaked beaches, Cuba continues to captivate the world with its enduring spirit and complexity.